our guest on television, and I didn't know he was doing, I didn't know he did that. And he started that stuff, I fell out of my chair, I'll tell you.
He's good.
He's got it, hasn't he?
He's good.
Hey, you got a new album.
We do have a new album that's out and about. It's a little bit unusual, too. It's called Stories, and that's really what the album is a collection of stories.
Is it musical or talking?
Well, it's musical.
Oh, is it?
Well, the reason I laugh is because we actually had a lady buy one and bring it back, but before she even opened it, because she said, I looked at it and it said stories and I wanted music, so she brought it back. And
well, do you have anything on the outside that says these are musical stories?
No, it just says stories, but they know we're not good talkers.
I know better than that. I know this guy right here is a talker. I'm talking to one. Now, Ken may be a little quiet, but he's got a son that was vaccinated with a phonograph needle, I think. Good market carried on, especially you.
Well,
tell us about the album.
Well, like I said, it's called Stories, and really, it's unusual in that all of the stories on the album, we know what Jesus did when he was on the earth, and he did beautiful things and wonderful things. The fact of the matter is, he's still doing beautiful things and wonderful things. We get a lot of letters. You get a lot of mail. You hear from folks that share their stories with you, and we just kind of wanted to put those on a recording. And so Mark wrote most of the songs, and they're stories of what Jesus is doing today. Stories about an outcast woman that came into a church and to say unto her.
Wow.
You hear the story. It's powerful. You hear the story of a gentleman who's walking down the sidewalk, and he comes past a storefront mission church, and the pastor invites him to come into the church, and the man says, I can't, I'm just not good enough, and I've gotten away from God. And the young pastor looks at him and says, look, God didn't come to save the angels. He came to save broken people.
Yeah.
And so it's just full of stories like that, and encouraging stories.
Do you start, like in the song, do you start with maybe a biblical story and then make it modern by the second verse or something like that, or is it just all up to date?
Well, it's all up to date, but it's interesting that you ask, because the album actually begins and ends with the old song, I Love to Tell the Story.
That's wonderful. Well, I know it's going to do great for you. I look forward to hearing some of it, okay? And if I'm really your friend, I might can talk you out of getting a free CD.
If you were really my friend.
All right. I'll talk to Ken. He's more my age. Oh, man, we wish you well. Let's go back to the guys on stage, and we're going to